Hello again, everybody. This is going to be a pretty short review on my old camcorder. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I didn't cover every detail that I wanted in the unboxing video of this new camcorder. So that's what's going to be happening. So first, let's talk about the backstory of how I got this camcorder. Well, I previously did have a camcorder, and it was my very first one, but it used compact VHS tapes, and obviously it didn't let you be able to store the videos into a computer. And that's what I wanted from my next camcorder, is something that I could be able to store videos on a computer and upload them to like YouTube or Facebook. So that way I can just, well, show off my memories to everybody else around. And so when I looked at, when I started looking at digital camcorders, I found this one, and it sold for $180, and I just could not pass at it, because $180 for full HD, wow! And it normally sold for $300, and they cut it down to $180, and so I got it. And I have to say that I think that I bought it on impulse and just didn't think things through. I mean, from that experience, I've taught myself that even though a product looks good, you need to do research on it. Particularly, you wanna look at the customer reviews, see what they say about it, look at the features that it offers, and specifications that might be important as well. Though I would say that it's very important if you're going to be buying a PC. And so I didn't do that, obviously, with this, so I went ahead and bought it, and was disappointed with it afterwards. But I kept using it because, after all, I did need something to... I did, after all, need a camcorder to be able to make videos and photos and store them in the computer and upload them to Facebook or YouTube. And so I still use the camera nonetheless. But for years I've wanted to get a better one, and I'm glad that I finally did. So let's go ahead and just talk about what's not so great about this camcorder. I think, the sun is starting to set, so I'm going to go ahead and turn some light on. Okay, sorry about that. Now that we got some light that'll stay, let's go ahead and just take a look at this. The name of this camcorder is Insignia NS-DV111080F. That is the longest model name I've ever seen. I mean, normally camcorders will have, a pretty short model name. Like this model is the Panasonic X900M. It's that much shorter, but this is just a very long model name. A little bit weird. So, anyways, let's talk about the camcorder's problems. When I first turned it on, I was disappointed with its color performance, because when I saw the washed out look, I was literally thrown back. I mean, it was just that bad. And I found later that if you film outdoors, the color is pretty good. I say pretty good now because now that I've compared this to my new camcorder, the decent color still pales in comparison to the new camcorder's capabilities. So I say the color outdoors is pretty good. And when you film indoors, it just seemed to have gotten worse. Especially the darker it got, like during nighttime. And this camcorder did feature white balance controls, but even those didn't help at all, and sometimes just made it worse. It just made things look really weird, unnatural. Like very, very bad makeup, for example. And I was also disappointed by the sound quality. It sounded alright initially, but I've noticed one problem with it. Well, two problems with it. And it seems that it had a very, very near zero tolerance of as in terms of noise, and I mean this time audio noise. Like, for example, if you were to film this during, let's say, a party that used bass speakers, or you were filming on a windy day, that's where the sound would sound all scratchy. And there's a term for that called clipping. That's what I think it is when the microphone, when the sound source that the microphone is recording is too loud for it. And it says right on the camcorder, claims to have stereo sound. I don't believe that at all. Either this stereo microphone is poorly designed, or it's just a mono microphone, because I did tests with it and I didn't hear my voice from different sides. It just sounded like it was all the same. So that was a letdown. I don't think it had true stereo at all. I also found another problem with the sound quality later on. I found that since this doesn't have built-in memory, when I bought an 8GB SD card and put it in, I found that after recording and playing the video back, it had this annoying, chattery background noise. So strange, and would definitely think of that as unacceptable. It's just weird. You shouldn't have that. The zoom speed. What I didn't like about the zoom speed, and this is coming from my experience with my first camcorder, the zoom speed was only one speed on this zoom lever, not variable speed like a good camcorder should have, because zoom speed is like usually a standard option. Like, for example, this is how it works. Like, you move the zoom lever just a little bit and you get slow zoom speed, and go all the way and you get pretty fast zoom speed. This camcorder didn't have that, just one zoom speed. So, I mean, at that point I was just like, I can't bear this anymore. This camcorder's just bad to me. And another problem with it was its lackluster controls. Particularly, I didn't like that manual focus was not available, because for me, sometimes autofocus just doesn't work for me, particularly if you're filming at night. And often that's when autofocus no longer works well, and that you need manual focus to take care of that part. And this camcorder didn't have that either, so just had to put up with that as well. And it wasn't that big of an issue, surprisingly, except for those occasions when the autofocus just wouldn't work. And now that this camcorder has developed one of its problems, that the autofocus no longer works, everything's just now blurry, and the only way you can get stuff to focus now is to switch on to macro mode right here. But that would disable the zooming as well, so you'd have to disengage the macro mode in order to be able to zoom. And I mean, I've had to put up with that for a good while before I could finally get a better camcorder. And let's see here. And the video quality. While the video quality initially looked pretty impressive, I've kind of noticed that it either was quite grainy or very artifacting. And what I mean by artifacting is you can notice what I like to call a mosaic effect. Like when you compress a video, it loses some of its quality in order to take less storage space. And so, like for example, if you did a quick sweep of a white ball on a black background, you may notice that it's leaving behind a little bit of a trail of, let's say, little dots or blocks, and that's what I mean by artifacting. That's a term they use for compression. And so that's one of the things I didn't like about this camcorder is I think it didn't have the best HD quality. I mean, it may have said 1080p, but honestly, its quality looked like it'd be passable for 720p, because I just think it was very, very compressed. And let's see. Another thing I didn't like about it is this tripod mount. The threads are plastic, not metal. I find that kind of silly, though. Surprisingly, I never had the threads of the tripod mount fail on me. I was still able to attach a tripod in this camcorder, and use it on a tripod. So amazingly, this held up well. But I just find it strange that you'd want to use a plastic lens thread. I just don't understand that at all. And there was another problem that developed with this camcorder. I may have said it before, but I gladly say it again. There's actually a couple of problems that were with this camcorder I want to show you. Nice. Well, look at that. The screen looks blue, but the screen is the darkness of the screen is actually black. Just for some reason, it's showing up blue on the new camcorder. And look, the battery's low, so we better get this through quickly. There was a problem that also developed with the flip viewfinder. Watch what happens when I turn it. See, it turns funky colors. Oh, let's take the lens cap off. Hey, see? That doesn't look right, does it? Oh, the battery's low. And if you rotate all the way, the screen goes white. And I can't turn this on anymore. The battery's low. Have to recharge it if I want to keep using it. At least something I can do with this crappy camcorder. So basically, I could only leave the flip viewfinder in its normal position in order to not get that problem. So it really limited things a lot. And oh yes, I'm losing my train of thought here. Let's look at the positives of this camcorder. What I did like about it was it had very impressive point and shoot digital camera quality stills, because it does have a digital picture stills mode. I think that's what you call it, a picture stills mode. And this is the picture stills mode, obviously, and this is video mode, obviously, and this is general settings. And I mean, the colors surprisingly looked even better than the video. So I'm just like, is this really a camcorder or a point and shoot camera? And I honestly kind of think of this as a point and shoot camcorder. Well, I didn't say that right. I now honestly think of this as a point and shoot camera rather than a HD camcorder. And the materials on the outside, they look great. That's what attracted me to this camcorder, is it did have quality materials on the outside. The lens cap is good quality, and there's even some metal parts for the casing of this camcorder. So like here, this is like I think a metal barrel, and back here it's quality plastic. So I mean, that can certainly, fool anybody. And the strap was even very comfortable to me anyway as well. And so this is my overall grade for the camcorder. It's not too good. I give it a D plus, because while it looks nice on the outside, the inside it's just not great. It's got terrible color. It's got terrible color performance, which I think is the biggest problem of this camcorder overall, is its poor color performance, being all pale and washed out. And would I recommend this to anybody who just wants a consumer camcorder? I wouldn't even recommend this to anyone that just wants a consumer camcorder, because I think the poor color would just turn you off, and you wouldn't like it at all. And I think that color is very important to the average consumer. So I'm not even going to sell this because of the problems it's got. No resale value. So I don't know when I'm going to get rid of it, because I'm probably still going to need it for some other things, like make more comparisons, or maybe make videos that involve seeing the other camera, my new camera. Like I may want to use this for my review for the new camcorder, or just get rid of this. I mean, honestly, just nothing would just make me more happy than to just drop this off a roof and let it hit the ground and see if it survives that. I mean, I just not want to have real fun with this old camcorder. Or I could always just recycle it for parts. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Oh no! I dropped it. It's broken now. Well, guess what? Who cares if it's broken? At least I finally got a better camcorder. So this, I'm pretty much done with this review. And this is Steve, out. I don't really know much more to say, except this review is over.